explain why all these UFOs are suddenly showing up right now. And we can see we got some images of some UFOs and stuff. You can see them in the sky. And okay, look at this. Notice that spotlight right there. Remember that spotlight that we showed from the FAA webcam? Remember that? Look at the bottom of these UFOs. It would make total sense, if these spotlights were that we saw on the FAA were coming down from an object like that in the sky, not just a helicopter or airplane, no, something like this. And look, here's what they said. Good morning. It says the news lately has been positively full of stories about the U.S. government identifying and neutralizing the UFOs, you all. Good morning. Over our country's airspace. On February the 10th, they shot down a UFO the size of a small car over Alaskan waters. On the 11th, they downed a cylindrical one near the Canada border. And yesterday, an octagon, I can't say it this morning, an octagon shape destroyed over Lake Huron, which they have now said that was just a metallic balloon. But they didn't dismiss the cylindrical one. You know what they said it was? They said, well, we're just now realizing how we detect these objects with radar and stuff, and we're realizing there's so many more than what we ever realized. Do you think that's true? Do you think it all has to do with data and the advancement of technology? Because they couldn't use the eyes on the ground. They couldn't use you. They couldn't use me. They couldn't use all these reports that were coming in from all over the world. They couldn't, I guess, because it wasn't scientific. They needed scientific things. Good morning, Susan B. Honey. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is really it's not going to lie down. And I saw a video this morning of this guy from Gambia. He's in Gambia. He's on the side of the road, and he's filming these, I think maybe four bright objects all in a row. You've probably seen it because somebody released it. It was like over 12 hours ago, probably 13 hours ago. He wants the people to wake up because that's not normal. Stars lined up perfectly right around the horizon. They look like great big spotlights in the sky, you all. Did you see it? Good morning. Did you see it, you all? That was from Gambia, and I'm not sure if they had it on the main news, but I think it might have been on Twitter or something like that. I don't want to go to the FAA, but I'll go to the FAA. I'll come back to that, you all. No, they have seen these things on radar before. They have. They're fighter jets, the militaries of the world. They've shot them down. Look at the Roswell. It was reported. They went over there. They saw it, and they changed their mind. First, they said it was a UFO, and then they said, no, it's a weather balloon. It's a weather balloon. And you mean to tell me over Canada, they had to send out a fighter jet to take down a small metallic balloon? But that's not just it. They said it had a payload on it, and I don't know if they said what the payload was. Talking about skies, I woke up this morning to white skies. We got white skies here where I'm at, too. White skies, and you can't see. You can't see. I'm not sure if it's going to get gray or what, but this is what my skies look like. The whole bit of the skies, you all. Do you think they're going to try to let this stuff die down, or are we going to be hearing more and more of what is to come about these UFOs? Are they going to try to dismiss it because people are seeing more and more of them? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That's right. That was the book. Good morning. It is a beautiful day to be alive, you all. More and more. And they know there's going to be more and more. And it's only, I smell like chlorine in the air. I know that on the other side of us, there's there's 3 boiler houses over there. And they clean them out. I guess when they clean them out, they use chlorine, and that gets in the air. But I'm really concerned also about the train derailments that have taken place in Ohio. And the animals that are dying there, was that deliberate? Who caused the train derailments? Who caused them? Was it by, I don't know, some unknown extraterrestrial force trying to destabilize the people, do something to the water supply because, you know, just think about it. You got dead fish floating in the water. That's what they got, dead fish floating in the water. And it's not it. And then they said, Louisville, Kentucky, which is like 30 minutes from me. They're watching the water. They're watching the water because it's going to flow down to the Ohio River. The Ohio River flows into, it's between Louisville, Kentucky, Kentucky and Indiana. That it keeps going, you all. That's the whole entire water supply contaminated. And they may say it's safe to drink. I'm not going to drink that water. And then I was sitting there thinking, yes, it smells like bleach. They got a lot of bleach in the tap water. We don't drink the tap water. We've got filtered water, but who's to say the filters are working like they should? Who's to say that, you all? Who is to say it? Let me come back over here. I wanted to see if there was any cameras that were showing up any spotlights in this sky. Let's come over here to the I don't want the La Verda. Can we get a little bit bigger? Are we going to get bigger, you all? There's something really going on. I'm going to look at the Wolf Creek really fast. Just see if there's anything going on there. See, their skies look like that too. In Colorado right now, their skies are looking like this. How can you do it? How can you really think about it? How can they cover all the skies? Has anybody got any blue skies on here? Cover the skies around the world with this right here all at once. And if they got planes up there or UFOs or clouds of a extraterrestrial origin, are they doing the whole sky like that? Are they the whole sky? There was something else about a time traveler. Let's hear this. Nicholas Mayers, it said today will open up a portal to 24,000 BC. 24,000 BC. That's before Christ, and AD would be Anno Domini, in the year of our Lord. Okay, I see. I want to see what we can see down here, you. I really do. We can see that there's nothing really unusual. Gina, get that glare out of there, you all. Get my body glare out. So you can see there's nothing unusual at the Wolf Creek Pass. This is where that object shows up in the sky. Nothing unusual, except this one right here has some kind of light coming in. Look at this light coming in. What is that light coming from? Because over here, this is the normal view. Let's see. Rosie, honey, you ain't, okay, they got something going on, you all. Something is, I gotta, let me fold this up. I gotta go to an area where it's kind of dark. Let me try to come up here because I don't have the light on up here in the studio, up here in my little loft area. I'm gonna come up here so we can see it without the glare of that, the glare of the, I got a big eye. What big eyes you have. Better to see you with, my dear. That's what they said. Better to see you with, my dear. Let me, I got to turn on my switch. I know it's light. It's kind of dark. And it's kind of not nice of me to put you in the dark like that, but I had to go through the dark to get through the light. I had to be in the dark to get to the light in this instance. And it was okay. I knew where I was going. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. Yes, happy Valentine's Day. Even though there are those who do not support it. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you. Okay, now let's look at this. Okay, I got a better view right here. I think I do. Let me turn out this light. Let me turn out this light because I do want to look at that that Wolf Creek Pass, because excuse me, the light on my phone is showing too. Something's going on here because there is a light that seems to be coming through. And yeah, we are talking about see, it's getting brighter. What is that over there? What is the bright light showing up? And now it's green. It's green and it's 11:03 at night. You got a green light showing up in the sky. You think it's the moon? Is it the moon? I guess if it's on a slightly downward thing, maybe it could be the moon. It could be, but there's two bright objects. There's something in their sky. Look at that. This is Wolf Creek Pass in Colorado. I don't know if they got snow. Oh, purple. Do they got snow there? If you're just tuning in, do they got snow in that area? What is that, you all? Something that is, I don't know what it is, what would be going on there other than, I mean, you can have some snow, you could, but that would not, that's the southern camera, so the moon was probably going across the southern sky. So they got gray skies there also, you all. Let me turn this light on, I'm done showing it, but we got UFOs, we do. You can see right now, these UFOs and these spotlights, they come down from the sky. And a lot of people are showing them. Let me get back. Let me turn this on, you all. Hello, light seeker. What about the water supply? What about the water supply, y'all? Because something's going on with the water supply, and that's concerning because you have got to have water, and the air where the trains derailed. Um, and are they keeping it kind of out of the news? Train derailment today. They made a, oh my gosh, a black plume of smoke. A black plume of smoke. I think they burnt the chemicals on there, you all. They fear the train derailment poisoned their air. Their air is now poisoned. The air is now poisoned, and they told the people it's safe to return to your home. So, Gina, what does this have to do with UFOs? Well, we got a lot of stuff going on all at once. You got UFOs being detected in the sky. You got the Pentagon coming out talking about these UFOs. And first they say it's weather balloons. First they say it's a Chinese spy balloon. And got a cylindrical shaped object shot down in, is it Alaska? And then they say it was an octagonal shape over Montana, that they it had strings attached to it. And then the metallic balloon that they shot down in Canada, they said it had a payload now. How do they know it had a payload? They didn't want to give us this information. You are east of Ohio, and the train poison it's a disaster. It is a disaster. Chloroform, let me see if I can remember. CFCs or chloroform something released in the air. That could be true. What if these things are shot down? What if there are objects up there in the sky? Let's think about this. There's objects up there in the sky, and when they have something up there, they're releasing something in the air all over the world, all over the United States. They're releasing something, and then something's causing this train derailment, and the air is poisoned. I would not want to go somewhere. What do you do, you all? This is why it's so important to be prepared. What do you do when this happens to you? And that's the place you live, and you got a family, and you got talk of UFOs in the news. In the meantime, you got this natural disaster. It's not the it's naturally it's killing the animals. The air is poisonous. It's toxic fumes. Toxic fumes, yeah, seeping into the water supply. The water supply. And what happens if it can seep into the ground? I guess if we had an invading force, if the aliens, let's call them aliens, extraterrestrial, benevolent, malevolent beings, because if this was the result, you couldn't blame it on something good. You can say, Gina, honey, it's just an accident. Is it just an accident? We got UFOs flying up in the sky all over the United States. The Pentagon feels it's necessary to come on and talk about these UFOs, and all of a sudden we got stuff that's strings hanging off a balloon, an octagonal shaped thing in the sky. Strings are hanging off of it, and we don't know if there was more up there because they're not telling us. What if these things are up there, really? And if they are of extraterrestrial origin, or what if they are from an enemy, just say that, some type of an enemy against humanity itself? Well, what can we do about it, you all? Really, what can we do about it? Because you can't breathe the air. It's your only place. These are the people's homes, and now they can't come back because if they breathe the air, they're going to get cancers and everything. They're going to die. They probably are going to die. And look, the toxic chemicals are entering there. Isn't that what you do, you all? Think about it in wartime. If you look back through history, how does the enemy, whether it be from out there in outer space, or, how do you, come against a country? You got to actually, you attack the food supply. You're going to attack the water. You're going to attack the water. You're going to attack the people. You're going to destroy the society within that country and demoralize it. Bring it down, demoralize it. First, you're going to demoralize that country or that whole world, demoralize them so that you make them weaker. You attack the food supply. You attack them if you can. And now that we're at the water, and now the UFOs, now they're talking about the UFOs up there. This is war. This is war. If you just might as well call it what it is. This is war. We're under attack. The whole world where humans are at, they're under attack. And you heard it out of the WEF's mouth. In 2 years, there will be a catastrophic mutating event in the world. In 2 years. What's going to happen up to that 2 years to where your control over your life, your control over anything is going to be totally flipped upside down, and you're going to live in a new world, a brave new world, you all. This what you can animal farm. Oh my gosh. Extra, it's a disaster movie. Look, an extra in a disaster movie about a toxic derailment? Are you? Oh, was there a movie about that, you all? Really? Was there a movie about something like that? It was a movie and there was a train derailment. Did the UFOs do that? Really, did it? Did some kind of malevolent force do that on purpose? I don't think it was an accident. I don't. And how many humans are walking amongst us? How many actual humans with a soul in them, a spirit in them, fully in this flesh? How many of us are here, and how many others that look like us, but they're not human, and they're walking among us? How will we know? You know them by their fruit. That's what it said. You will know them by their fruit they bear. The words that come out of their mouth, because it's going to come from whatever inside of them. We got to be alert, you all, because this thing is heating up. Because if those objects up in the sky, those UFOs up in the sky, had anything, hello there, Naruka. Did Naruka, honey, you pop in here? Yeah, because if those UFOs up in the sky had anything to do with it, we're in trouble. But what if they didn't? What if this threat, what if it's like interdimensional? What if it's interdimensional too? Really? We know that we are a benevolent species for the most part. Humanity is a benevolent species. Okay, we vibrate on love on the inside of us, but there is a force out there that doesn't. There's a force that does not vibrate on love and does not share, you know, what we share on the inside. It doesn't have it. It doesn't. And now we got the UFOs. We got the UFOs, you all. We got to come together. We got to wake up. I think the whole entire world, there's a covert, it's a covert operation. It's like a takeover. It really is. It's like a covert takeover of the world, not just one country. If you think about it, really, if you think about it, there's some type of covert takeover. They said that there are, long time ago, they said that there was technology. You have Eisenhower, you have Hitler, the technology, somehow these malevolent forces, I think they got in contact with him, and he had like UFO stuff. What if they got some kind of a base under Antarctica? And what if maybe there's not so benevolent beings there, really? What if there isn't? What if they're tired of humanity? Our world changed back in the Roswell time, 1948, boom, 1947. The world literally, it's been going, the timeline for strange occurrences, the strange patterns, a timeline on Earth, it literally went up like this on a technological thing. You had all kinds of agencies being created, all of it. Something happened. Something happened, and here we are now. with these UFO activities. We got to band together. This right here, that's a water supply. If you're depending on your well that you got, that stuff seeps into the into the ground, into those aquifers. You know those aquifers? And there are giant aquifers. There's only a few, but if they poison that water, the aquifers, if they poison the water, this truly is like an invasion aquifer. Um, what's let's see this, you all. I'd like to see a map. Okay, we can see a map of the aquifers. The map of the U.S. aquifers. Is this the Aguawala? This is the largest one right here, I think. And of course, you got some over here. And Ohio, we've got like this area right here. I'm pretty sure it's an aquifer. If it isn't, then Gina, honey, doesn't know how to read maps. Then I don't know how to read maps, you all. I don't. This is serious. Mississippi embayment aquifer. So the water, you all. This is our two main water supplies underground. If these get contaminated, because they got little streams and stuff. They do, these big aquifers. They got streams and stuff. They're underground. But look at that. Look at this area right here. Oh, you're so welcome, Naruka. We can't allow the trolls to come on here with disrespect. That's right, you all. Thank you, moderators. Look at that. I'm right here. No, I'm not right there. That's Illinois. I'm right here. Ohio. Is that Ohio? Yeah, I don't know my maps that well. I know this is Kentucky. This is Tennessee. Michigan. Yeah. What's going on? What will happen to the people in this area? You know, we got some red stuff, but we got aliens. We got aliens. We got UFOs. We got things floating around in the air. We do. Things floating in the air. The air is toxic. Is there an alien species that needs a certain type of atmosphere to live in? Really? Can they breathe toxic fumes like that? Can they? You know, there has been stories about extraterrestrials, otherworldly beings terraforming. Terraforming, you can see it in the movie. They terraform their planets. They do. Well, certainly robotic beings wouldn't be affected by this right here. They could function quite well. They could, these robotic beings. In that type of methane air, that's right. And the permafrost is melting, and it's releasing tons and tons of methane in the air every day. Much more than what's released from animals and humans. Much more from the permafrost. It's like the U.S. is shooting down its own weather balloons, and China said that, you know, they saw U.S. weather balloons in their sky. That's right, they did. Changing the Earth's climate for them, are they? Are they changing the climate of the Earth? I don't like apocalyptic stuff, but I would like to have some nice, benevolent beings come down and take us out of here. I would. If they be UFOs up there, there are people who have had bad encounters with abductions from not so kind extraterrestrial beings, otherworldly beings, interdimensional beings. But there are those who have been visited by benevolent beings, angelic beings, angels, benevolent beings of light have interceded on our behalf, you all. You know they have. There are angelic-like beings who have interceded on our behalf, even on a personal level. They came in, they don't know how it happened, the people don't, but they know they were saved from something terrible that was going to happen to them because of these angelic beings, these beings of light, came in and saved them. They interfered. And even though at times they couldn't see it, like there's been instances of like people being trapped under cars, and all of a sudden the car is lifted up on them and their life is saved. They don't know how it happened. They can attribute it to a higher power. They can contribute it to an angel, God. A great big angel came in and saved me. Even though I couldn't see it, a force that I could not see came in and saved me. It interfered. It brought me back to life. Like my dad, he had a massive heart attack going down, I don't know, down those curvy hills in Tennessee with my mother. It was shortly after we moved back here in 2004 from Hawaii. And there he was. She grabbed the wheel, and somehow he was on the side of the road, and he felt himself. He was dying. He was dying. He saw a hand appear out of nowhere, come down upon his chest, and then all of a sudden he gasped. He started breathing again. He saw that hand come down just like that. It wasn't his time to go, and some interdimensional, some angelic like being, you could call it, it's an otherworldly being, came down and brought him back. All I did is touched him. Boo. Brought the breath of life back in his car. And I remember being on the phone with my mother, and she's crying. She's in the car going in Tennessee. She's behind the ambulance that is driving super fast, and she's telling me what happened. That's what happened. He was on his way to hospital, and he had to have emergency open heart surgery after that, but it stopped him from dying. It stopped him from dying, you all. So there is, don't get me wrong at all, I absolutely believe in angels. I believe in light beings, interdimensional beings. You can call an angel an interdimensional being that will interfere with the darkness to stop them from taking us out, okay? We do have help from the angelic realm. Not the dark realm. Yeah, the darkness does a lot to us, but the angelic realm does intercede on our behalf. If you're not a believer in it, I know you saw stories, people brought back for life, people hovering over their bodies and stuff. Then they got to go back into their bodies and things. But we got these UFOs in the sky. We do. There's a spate of UFO sightings that is happening all around the world. They're shooting them down. And the last one was in Gambia 12 hours ago. I actually worked with a girl from Gambia. Her name was Awa. Awa. Oh man, Awa was over 6 foot. She was towering over me. And when I worked a desk job, she come up and sat on my desk. I said, "What are you doing, Awa?" She goes, "What are you doing, Jenna? Jenna, you're doing it wrong, Jenna. You need to do this, Jenna. I know what I'm talking about, Jenna. I know how to do this, Jenna. You need to do that." I said, "Awa, I don't want to get in trouble." "Oh, Jenna, honey, it's fine." She's sitting up on my desk. "It'll be fine, Jenna. You won't mess it up." Yeah, Gina did mess it up, Awa, honey. You got me in trouble. But I liked Awa. I really enjoyed working with Awa from Gambia. She was really good. She had a good heart. But then she make me laugh. Yes, I think the water is contaminated, you all. Especially in that area, there is no way I would want to, if my home was there, if my home was in Ohio, around that area, and they were telling me to go back to my home, I don't know if I could. If I had children, this person who was being interviewed, they told him it was fine to go back. And while this person is being interviewed, their eyes are burning, they're coughing the whole entire time during the interview. Who did that? Who did that, you all? Is someone trying to send a message? Is it? Is some kind of malevolent force trying to send a message? Quite possibly. If you think about it, because it's not good. Do accidents occur? Yeah, accidents occur. But some things aren't accidental if you tie all the pieces of the puzzle together. Some things aren't. I was supposed to be typing in Gambia. I got distracted, you all. They're trying to say They didn't realize how many UFOs. I am talking about UFOs. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about UFOs, otherworldly beings, some of those things up in the sky. And yeah, they quite possibly could be from other nations. They could. Secret programs, top black budgets. They could be up there in the skies. But see, like this spotlights that come down, that's like it was over the FAA webcam in the sky, and they hover. How did they get that technology? I'm sure that we didn't develop it. I'm sure probably there are extraterrestrial beings, otherworldly beings that are on this earth. And some say, they be reincarnated, getting back into bodies and helping. How did they even build CERN? How did they build this stuff like they built? Think about it. How did they realize how to open up portals? Portals, just like CERN, they opened up this one portal during one of their experiment. And this is what happened, y'all. This is what happened. A great big, this is how they described it. We did a video on this YouTube channel about, it's under the CERN videos. A rectangle black portal opened up inside that area where these scientists were. It was rectangle, just like yesterday. We saw that long black rectangular UFO that was in the sky, and people gave reports of that. And then we saw that long rectangular pattern on Google Earth. And then we saw rectangular magnetic waves, rectangular magnetic waves. So this portal opened up in CERN, and they saw this black shadowy figure coming through, and it was very tall. And they said, your knowledge of us now threatens our existence. That's what it said. It now threatens our existence. And their bodies, these scientists were explaining what they felt when that present came through. They got nauseous and everything on the inside from that energy. It was a powerful energy, and they kept it hush hush. They said, no, it never did happen. Did it not happen? And I think one of the scientists let it out, but something happened to the other scientists. That's all I know. But they did say it was a rectangular like portal that opened up in a dark being. See, they're messing with, you don't want to mess with darkness. You don't want to open up portals. And with the time traveler, a portal to 25,000 BC, is somebody gonna, I don't know what would be back then. I really don't. The fast food has lost its flavor. A lot of the food has lost its flavor. It has. You don't want to lose the salt. You are the salt of the earth. Don't let them take that salt out of you, you all, spiritually speaking. Don't let them take it out of you. You fight back. You hold on to every inch of your being. Don't let them steal your light. Don't let them water you down. Don't let them make you lesser of what you are, you other. We are under attack. I'm supposed to be looking up Gambia, is what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, yeah. Gambia UFOs sighting. Because it's on the Facebook floating around. Look at this. Videos of Gambia UFO sightings, you all. Look at this. Reported 9 months ago. UFO spottings in Gambia. Look at all of this. So these are, let me see these, you all. We got to see. I'm not going to play them. I'm not going to play them, you all, but there's so many sightings. Pentagon released the latest UFO sighting. Northern Iraq, UFO sightings in northern Iraq. This is 2 weeks ago. Did you know that there was UFO sightings in northern Iraq, you all? Did you know it? Did they put that on our news? No, they did not put that on our news. They're not telling us that these UFOs are being seen all over the world. They're not. Okay, we got it in Iraq. A mysterious orb. Report the UFO unanswered questions. Of course, we got this famous one that you can't make out what it is. USO, look, UFO reports by U.S. troops skyrocketed. They skyrocketed, you all. Let me see if I can bring this down. I just want to show you some of these. There's sightings all over the world. There are, look at that. And no, that's, you can't dismiss everything as Elon Musk, Starlink. You cannot dismiss that. Because they'd like to. They really would like that. the most bizarre UFO sighting caught on camera till date. It's split in two. How could you have a UFO split in two? Because they layer themselves. They do. Look at that. If this is like a real UFO, let's think about this, you all. See how I said they split in two? You know those clouds that get on the mountains? What do they call those? The clouds that are over the mountaintop. They look like UFO disc layered one upon the other. One upon the other. First it starts with one, then comes another one, then comes another one, but they called it a certain cloud. No, it's not a certain cloud. It's not a certain cloud, you all. It's something much more. This is what when I see them, and I know when you see them, when you see those clouds that have the shape like this and they're layered, they're UFOs, and now they're emitting. It caught, look, it's split in two because there was two of them, you all. Two of them, Las Vegas, Nevada. You see that? Look at this. What is this? UFO sightings like this. That looks like I don't know what that looks like. It doesn't, you all. December. Look at these lights that are showing up too. So UFO sightings, it's all over the world. And what are these? What is this happening? What's that? Really? Oh no, look at that. UFO sightings and alien abductions. What was China trying to hide? Is it just China or is it something much more, you all? All you have to do is do a search. This has been going on for years. Look at that. Over India, 2015. And they're trying to say, well, we're just now noticing stuff. Top secret UFOs. Are these top secret UFOs right here? These flying saucers? Really? Something strange is happening. Yeah. And it's affecting us. It's affecting our bodies and things. It is. Let me take this down here. I'm going to come up here, you all. We're going to keep a tab on everything that's happening. We're going to watch everything that's happening in this world. I'm going to try to see if I can get down the stairs. You can see the pinkness of my shirt. You can't see nothing because I have, what I've done was I covered myself up as I walked down the stairs, you all. That's what I did. We got to get prepared. That's all there is to it. We got to get prepared. We got to come together. We got to quit letting them separate us. If they separate us, you all, we can't communicate with one another because of the big wall that we put between one another. We put a wall when their plan works out. If their plan, these malevolent forces, if their plan works out, they will be successful if you've got a great big wall between you and someone else. Right there. Dividing the people so they can't become one. It's the body. It's like, I'm not going to tell my arm or my hand, I can't need you. That'd be silly. I need my hands. I need my fingers. I need my fingers to do things. I do. I need my eyes. I do. That's part of my body. You all, we need each other. I need a foot. If I don't got a foot, I'm going to find it hard to walk. I'm going to need assistance. We need this whole entire body. We need each other, you all. And they're trying to separate us at a critical time such as this. This is very critical what's happening. The increased sightings of the UFOs around the world, not just in the United States. And they're more than just a balloon. And if it's just a balloon up there and it has a payload on it and something is dropped, what was in it? What was it? Was it a biological thing that was dropped? What would be the effect? Why would they even want to have something like that up on there? Who would they want to do that to, really? Would they just want to do it to the breathing people who breathe the air and stuff? Or, I know I went on and on. Yeah. Trudeau said the sightings might be linked. Yeah, they might be linked. They probably are linked. A lot of stuff is happening, you all. You might want to get some bottled water, really. Get yourself some bottled water or store some water somewhere, because this water supply issue, that's really scary. Even though I've got a pond out there, if there was something released in the air, I couldn't rely on that pond water to be clean. Even if I would put it through my Berkeys, could it get all the contaminants out? even if I made my own filtration system with like activated charcoal and maybe some, whatever that stuff is, cotton and sand and gravel and stuff, could I get out all these toxic chemicals or even those filtration straws? Yeah, the Berkey should clear it. So yeah, you are. We're waking up. That's great. See, we're waking up. More and more people's waking up. Just think, last year we thought, well, no one's listening. No one's waking up. Well, guess what? Today, a lot more people are waking up than they were last year, and then more than they were maybe 3 or 4 months ago. A lot more people are waking up. It's got to be the right time for them to wake up. We can't force somebody to do it. You cannot force somebody to wake up. You can't force somebody to change the way they think or anything like that. It's got to come from the inside of them, okay? Something's got to click and boom, they're going to wake up. You got flutes, food for parrots and straws, filtration straws, every single day, you all. Yeah. Hello, if you're just tuning in. Yeah, there are increased UFO sightings. And the reason they gave is I guess their ways of detecting them has gotten better. And they didn't realize there were so many UFO, unidentified flying objects, flying around in the skies all around the world. They never knew it. They never knew there were so many. You all showing up on radar, not showing up on, what do you do about the things that don't show up on radar? Do you dismiss their existence altogether? Because we have technology to where if we wanted to, we wouldn't show up on radar either. And what about the cloak of invisibilities? They say they have technology that the troops can wear and it will make them invisible. How is that possible? You all really think about it. And then think about green screen, how people can use green screen and you can make something look any way you want to. You can turn the whole entire sky into a green screen, I guess, if you had the technology to do it. That's right. Yeah, your daughter is fast asleep. More people are waking up, and it is wonderful. It really is wonderful. Bad allergies. Um, yeah. Dreams are messages. I woke up all of a suddenly last night at 12:30 in the morning, and it was right in my mind. Right in my mind, I was wide awake, and I didn't write it down. What I saw that was right in my face, I can't remember. It had something to do with a picture of something. Yeah. Oh, love you all too. So, yeah, you got to stay positive, you all. Please stay positive because people, they're changing on the inside too. Something is troubling them on the inside also. It is. 2 a.m. in the morning. Yeah. I am going to go. I'm going to go out there, and when I turn my steering wheel on my Jeep, even though it's got new ball joints, probably a couple years old or so, I need to like lubricate down there. I do. I gotta spray that stuff on there or check out the boots or something. I'm gonna go outside, so that's why I haven't been driving my one Jeep Liberty. It's a '04. I've got massive, and I don't like it. It's kind of annoying. I want to go out there and get that done since it's kind of nice outside. So, that's right, you all. We can do it. We're going to do it. You all take care of your stuff. Get your vehicles maintained. If there's anything you need to do to your vehicle, get it done now, because if everything would come to a screeching halt and you could not fix what you wanted to fix, even something in your house, or maybe you've been putting off, I don't know, getting together maybe a first aid kit or something like that, flashlights or water or something, do something to help yourself in the future, because that future could like really happen overnight. Our world could change overnight, and lights out, lights out. Yeah. So I'm going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, you all. And thank you all for your comments. Thank you, moderators. And stay safe, everyone. And just prepare on the inside of here. And don't let your vibration, your heart's vibration, go into a downward spiral. Keep it up so you can be balanced within your being, so you can think clearly up here. Love you.